Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Such a pleasure to be here with you guys again on our weekly Rising Above the Average. So, we do this every week, 11 a.m. UK time, which is GMT. And look, it's always a pleasure to be here. Who is pumped? I'm super pumped because today we have an interesting topic, right? Today I'd like to talk about how you can turn your passion into a business. Ooh, who is excited? You are? I am as well. But before we get right into that, you know the drill by now, don't you? So I always like to start our sessions with what we have learned because I believe in lifelong learning. I believe that life is about learning, and the more you learn, the better you become, and the more you grow, and the uh, better you achieve your goals. So I always like to start by doing a quick reflection of how our week was and what we have learned during the past week. So, what have you learned this past week? What are you proud of? What were your challenges? What did you learn from them? What did you grow from? And this past week was a really great week. And as I said in my emails, and for those who subscribe to my emails, I give out a lot of great nuggets and great advice. And if you haven't subscribed to my emails yet, make sure you go to askalunanything.com and opt in to get our weekly free emails, right? And this week was a pinch me. It was because so many surprises happened that I'm really grateful for. But aside all of the hypes and everything, what I really learned this week was the importance of persistence. Keep on going. That thing of keep on keeping on is real. And the thing of the best way to go through any challenge is to go through it. To go through it. Don't avoid challenges. Don't run away from them. When they come, go through it. Right? I think I love what Steve Harvey said about if you're going through hell, keep going. Because why would you want to stop in hell? Is it true? If you're going through hell at the moment, keep going through it so you can come out of it. Why would you want to stop in hell? And so many of us do that. We go through difficult moments of our lives and then we just give up and we stay there. Sometimes we try to go back, but you can't go back. You know, the past is gone and it's gone. You can't go back many times, right? And you just have to keep going through it until you go through it. Right? And I think this is so profound. This is so profound. And it's so important for us to keep going through what we are going through, because why would we want to stop in hell, right? So the importance of keep going forward, keep improving, keep learning, keep growing, keep loving, keep getting better, keep doing, keep moving towards your goals, keep refining your goals, keep getting better. And that's so profound. That was so profound for me. And I would love to hear from you. What did you learn this week? You know, what was your takeaway this week? What is that that aha moment you had this week? What was it for you, right? And even what were your challenges? You know, do you encounter a challenge and then you run away, or you're like, I don't know what to do? What was that? And what can you do better now, right? You know, I actually believe that we don't have, and we don't need to condemn ourselves, right? If you have noticed that maybe you didn't handle a particular situation to the best of what you would have loved to handle it, that's fine. Make amends. You know, go back and do it again. You know, make things better, right? So yeah, that's what I learned today. And leave me a comments below. Let me know what you have learned, right? And feel free to also leave me questions. I would love to hear from you. So today I want to talk about how you can turn your passion into a business. And I'm going to share with you 5 tips, right? And let me know in the comments below what you think about these tips. But we're going to jump right into it. So number 1 tip is feel a need, right? I think it's so important that we as entrepreneurs, we come from the point of view of being the solution, providing a solution, right? Providing a solution to a problem that we've noticed, whether a problem that we have experienced personally or a problem that we notice that, you know, people in our environment, in our sphere need. So I think it's important for us to start by filling up a need, right? Because if you start your business just because you want to make money, it's going to be hard for you to go through those challenging times. But if you start a business because you have a why, and your why was to impact people in a positive way, was to provide a solution to a problem, when things get tough, right? Because they always do, and they will. When things get tough, you'll be anchored, you'll be stronger to go through them. Number two, find a niche. And it's so important for you to be clear about who, first of all, what solution are you providing, and who are the people that are having a particular problem, and this product or your service is the solution. Who are those that are going to benefit from your solution? And for me, I always advise especially new entrepreneurs, early entrepreneurs in their early stages, to always be very focused and to be very niched, to understand who are those that are going to benefit from their products. Finding that niche kind of community, that niche part, and then delivering the solution. I think it's so important, because when you find your niche, you kind of get clarity, because as a new entrepreneur, you yourself are learning and you are growing, right? And it's so important for you to find a niche, a small number of people that you know need your product or your service, and they are going to connect with you. Number three is to be consistent. Yes, it is not always easy, and you don't always feel like, oh yes, create content or do stuff. No, you don't always feel like that, but it is important for you to be consistent, because you know what, when you're just starting out, whether people respond, people give you comments or they don't, people are watching. Even if it's just one person, people are watching you. And if you're not if you're inconsistent, I kind of do this today, don't do it tomorrow, then you won't people won't trust you. And apart from that, the algorithm on the systems these days, on all the social media platforms, rewards consistency, right? The more you put your content out there, the more they kind of populate you here and there. And I think consistency brings trust. The more people see you and they hear from you, they kind of get to evaluate, I'm getting to know this person. Yeah, this is certainly the kind of person I want to relate with. And then they can make a decision, but I want to stay with you, or I don't want to stay with you. And so be consistent. Whatever you're doing, when you're starting out, make sure you are consistent. Consistency is key, right? So number 4 tips and if you just join us here, I am sharing how to turn your passion into a business. And we're talking about tip number 4, which is provide great value. And what do I mean by great value? The only way to keep people coming back, to you, is when you leave them better than they were, right? So when you give away your all, you give away your best. When people come to your page, when they kind of consume your content or experience you, they live better than they were. They're happier, they're more filled, they're encouraged. When you provide great value, is the best way to make sure people keep coming and coming in and coming in and giving your all. When you give your all, people do feel it, and giving the best of you. And number 5 is be yourself. As I always say, authenticity is the new selling point, is the new value proposition. Authenticity is the new selling proposition, right? So be yourself, be authentic. Come being fully you. Come knowing that you have come to provide great value, and you are going to give your best no matter what. Right? You're going to show up. You're going to show up as the best version of you. And look, right? Try these 5 tips and let me know what you think. These are things that I have experienced myself in my business and on my journey, and I keep experiencing the rewards of this. And as a quick recap, we talked about how to turn your passion into a business. And tip number 1 is feel a need, find a niche, be consistent, provide great value, and be yourself. Yes, be yourself. Being yourself, it's so important. Well, I'm your girl, ALUN Da Silva, and this is yet another session of Rising Above the Average, right? We connect every week to share nuggets and share things that have helped each other. This is not a monologue, it's a dialogue. We communicate. I share with you things that have helped me in my life, in my business, and you share with me things that have helped you in your life and in your business. And feel free to share with me in the comments below the 1, 2, 3, or even 5 things that have helped you turn your passion into your business. And thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. Cheers. Take care. Bye bye. And just one more thing, for those who are not following me on Instagram yet, I provide great content on Instagram as well. Feel free to follow me on Instagram and watch my reels and my posts. And yes, and I'm going to see you next week. Bye everybody.